Good evening. Thank you for joining us here tonight on ATWD&H Live Roundtable. On our panel tonight is Teresa Burge-Irwin and Christine Clegg. Please sound off in the comments so you are entered in our weekly prize giveaway. I'd like to congratulate Jennifer Letts-Servos for winning last week's prize. So good luck to all tonight. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm not too bad. Looking forward to talking about these movies.
All right. This week we watched two movies based around a house, and both had to do with demons, and both were or had a portal to hell. But that is basically where the similarities ended. Christine, which movie did you like better tonight?
I would have to go with Hell House. I found it a movie that I think right from the start I was a little sceptical because I thought, it's going to be one of these ones where they flip backwards and forwards on the camera and it gets confusing. But I really liked it. It sort of was quite fast-paced, but at the same time, it was easy enough to keep up with what they were doing. Dark House, I found very confusing, but I still liked it. But yeah, Hell House for me, definitely.
All right. Hi, Diane. Thank you for showing up tonight on the show. Teresa, how about you? Which one did you like better?
Jennifer just checked in. Hi, Jennifer.
Hey.
I definitely liked Hell House. It was really good. It had my attention. Like I was telling y'all earlier, I had planned on reading while I was watching it, but I never looked at my book once. It held my attention the entire time. I really liked it. The other one, not so much. I mean, it was more humorous than it was anything really.
Yeah, yeah, a bit like that. Yeah, it was so weird and out there that it was kind of funny. I'm thinking, no way is this happening.
All right.
Yeah.
Diane likes your pictures of Daryl, Teresa.
Yeah.
And
Everyone does.
Diane also says that she saw Hell House before and it was pretty good. I liked Hell House a lot better. I mean, I've watched it many times and I pretty much, you never see everything the first time around. You're always seeing subtle stuff the more times you watch it. The jump scares are good at the beginning, but after you watch it a few times, they pretty much go away. With the Dark House, Victor Salva is really into the number 23. He also made, what was it, Jeepers Creepers, and that was around the number 23 too.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember that. Yeah.
I don't like Jeepers Creepers.
No, I didn't love it.
No. It's not that I just don't like it. I cannot watch it.
It creeps you out. You know, the number 23 has a lot of different annotations to it, and I'm not going to go into all of them. There's just way too many of them. But the biggest one is that if you divide 2 by 3, you get 666.
Yes, I have heard that.
And if you really want to watch a movie that talks about the number 23, you can watch the number 23 with Jim Carrey in it, and that'll give you even more insight to the number 23. But there's just way too many to go into. What?
Yeah.
What's that movie called again?
The number 23, starring Jim Carrey.
Oh, okay.
So I've heard of it, but yeah, I haven't seen it. So it must be, is it a fairly recent one, I think. Number 23. I was reading something when it was
Jennifer Lutz thought Hell House was awesome, but I'm like you, Jennifer, with that clown.
Yeah.
That clown was just creepy.
Clown's bad.
I mean, the first time I saw that thing moved, and then me to go back and it be moved again, I would be gone.
They are so creepy, clowns. Doesn't matter what you do with them, you cannot make them look good. They're just, forever clowns are ruined by these movies.
I think when I was little, every morning. I can't remember if it was like every morning or if it was just one morning, but I always watched Bozo the Clown. Loved him.
Uh,
For me,
Guy.
only Ronald McClown.
Diane McGowan says that she watched the Dark House movie tonight but didn't like it, but she does like Jeepers Creepers. Diane said that she had never heard of probably number 23, Diane. Is that the one you're talking about? And Jennifer Lutzerville says, I have a deep fear of clowns to begin with.
There's an actual
Diane
name.
says, my daughter
She's
hates clowns,
joined us.
but now she likes it. Yeah, I don't. The clowns didn't bother me too much. What ticked me off is whenever that fat dude Tony jumped up or Joey jumped up and left the girl in the all alone in the basement with whatever it was.
Yeah, who does
he was
that?
begging people to untie her, you know, like, oh, this is not part of the act. I mean, and like, people's like, you know, they're thinking, what would you think? It is part of the act.
I know. Well, this is it. These people going in there, like me, I'm never going into one ever. But when they go in, you've got to think, you know, I mean, I guess they are going to think that, but after a time, it's got to be, no, hang on, something's not right here. But they never seem to quite get to that moment in time. It just
No, I never want to go to a haunted house again. Never.
no.
Jennifer says that she would have left, and Jennifer says I would have left. LOL.
Yeah.
Sorry, all for themselves at that point.
Gail has joined us too.
Yeah, if the clown had been there, I'd be out. Absolutely.
No, and it was kind of a weird haunted house too. It was like they opened the door for you, and you went in. It didn't look like they had a guide.
No.
Well, there was that girl at the beginning, and she let them in, but there was lights on the floor showing them where to go. So
Yeah.
it was only one. There was strips on the floor showing them how to go through were illuminated. Yeah, you basically saw it whenever they were all running around, trying to get out. So
Yeah.
it was all illuminated. Let's see here. What did you think of the casting? Did they cast Hell House LLC pretty good, or could they have done better? Or
I think, I thought I liked the actors who were in there. I didn't know all of them, and that's fine. I don't know, the different characters, I guess, all seemed to kind of fit together, but they were, I don't know, you sort of get cast like that. They're not ensemble casts, but they're all sort of, you know, there's no one really more important than the other. And I don't know, I thought they worked well together. I didn't, there weren't any characters that I thought, oh, they shouldn't be there. So.
Jennifer said she's sorry, but she had to go. Have a good night. And the one for Dark House was the 2014 movie, and it had core. What was his name? Tobin Bell.
Tobin Bell, yeah. He's like iconic. He's good in horror movies. I don't know that this was his shining moment. No, it definitely wasn't.
No, it wasn't. I thought, like, when Joe first mentioned to me, I was like, oh, well, that's a good sign. It has Tobin Bell in it, right?
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, but I guess that's probably what they're kind of hoping that would draw people.
Yeah, I think that they were counting on the quote unquote star power to bring in the people to see it.
Exactly, yeah. But whereas Hell didn't really have any big names. Like,
no,
there weren't
none big names at all.
Yeah,
but
so
it didn't need it either.
Yeah, well, I know they didn't, but I think, you know, they sort of had, like, you know, that casting, all of those ones together. You didn't really need a big name for it.
Right.
I just, because they were more of a, you know, a group, whereas Tobin Bell, like, I mean, yes, and they needed him because I think he's perhaps the only thing that saved it, because I didn't really, yeah.
I don't know, you might have this for later, Joe, I don't know, but there was a point when one of them was leaving. One of the guys, it was after him and Mac got up in the middle of the night and the clown kept moving.
Oh, yes.
Right.
And the next day he's like, I'm out of here, I'm out, I'm leaving. And then we go to a shot, him sitting out in the field.
Right.
What was the deal? What was going on with them?
That comes in later in the later movies.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a yeah. The first time I watched first few times I watched it, I tried to turn it up and get closer to the TV and stuff to hear it, but it's
yeah, I
really
kept going back. I went back
right.
all the time.
It really doesn't make sense until you watch one of the other movies. I'm not going to give it away because I've seen the movies. But
Yeah.
what was that, Teresa? You want me to give it away?
No.
I don't get things away.
Spoilers here. No, I
I don't want
thought.
nobody spoil it for me. I don't spoil for nobody.
Yeah, no, that comes in later. It's explained.
Yeah.
What
Well, I'm
happened.
gonna watch it. I might even watch it tonight.
To the second one.
Go ahead, Christine.
Oh no, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, with Hell House, that was the only sort of thing that I found a bit unsatisfying. Is some of those things that I thought it didn't really resolve, but knowing there's a sequel,
Right,
I think
right.
that-
No, it gets resolved.
Yep.
To satisfaction. Maybe not greatly in a lot of situations, but to satisfaction.
Okay.
It
Would you
gets
rate this movie as good as the first?
The second movie, I think, is on par.
Okay.
The third
Yep.
movie, like I said, it's not the greatest watch, but it's not the worst either. But it does. The third movie does bring everything around and finishes it off.
So then it's got a purpose. Then it's just, even if it's not as good, at least you get
Right.
sort of
Right.
ending, conclusion.
Right.
So
The third one was made exclusively for Shudder, the TV station Shudder. So they produced that. So
okay.
in Dark House, did anybody stand out as a good character that you enjoyed seeing, or was it just all something you've seen before?
I think, Teresa, you go first.
Well, I'm not sure if this is the answer you're looking for or not, but I knew right off the bat that Lilith, how was it?
Lilith.
I knew right from the get-go that she was going to be, there was something funny about her. She stood out for me. I mean, she was like, I don't know what it was that she did. I think it was just the way she looked
Right.
at them. And
Even
I
the
thought,
name
"Okay, she's up to no good." But come to find out,
Yes.
none of them were.
Right. Well, whenever everybody else was saying that there's no such thing, and those three know exactly where it's at, just kind of telling that. And what about you, Christine? Was there anybody that particular?
Well, I mean, I enjoyed the beginning when they're just talking about Nick in general and his, like, these powers that he's got, and
Right.
quite fascinated by that. And you know, when he would touch someone, it was, well, if it was going to be a violent end, he would see it and foretell it and everything. I found him quite fascinating. I found Lilith deeply disturbing, but of course she's in an insane asylum.
Well, Lilith was the girl with the construction people. The
Oh, sorry.
asylum.
She reminds me of Althea
Yes.
a lot.
Diane wishes that she hadn't watched the wrong movie. I'm sorry. I'm
So I
sorry
think
if
they
we're
want you to
spoiling it
That's
for
what,
you,
yeah,
Diane.
I've watched 2 Dark Houses now, because there is another Dark House.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
And that one was made in 2009, and it was also obviously about a dark house, and it was quite disturbing.
I probably would have done the same if I
Diane
hadn't
found one that was made in the 30s.
That one was a remake. Sorry, there's one in the 30s.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
Whenever I was picking the movies out, I Googled what movie was comparable to Hell House LLC. And this was the first movie that came up.
And the reason how is that even resemble?
I'm pretty sure it's because the house has a portal to hell in it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you said that.
Yeah.
That's my guess. The biggest problem that I had with the Dark House was the cellar. the water had moved the house all over the place. It's not on its foundation. It doesn't have a cellar anymore.
Yeah, I thought of that. See, we don't have cellars so much here in Australia. You know, we don't have basements and all that sort of thing. So it's not really something I know about. But I thought that. I was wondering that myself. That was what you call it.
Cellar.
Yeah, that was kind of silly that the tree was keeping people from going into the cellar, and there is no cellar.
And there wouldn't be exactly.
Right.
So, but the character, the mother one, when we were talking about her before, so she's Lillian. She when she's talking and whispering into the, nothing good ever comes from someone who's whispering and talking to, demonic forces.
Her name was Lillian. That's right. Her name was Lillian.
Yeah, Lillian. Yeah.
You're down there and like, you hear something, and you're feeling evidently you've been freaked out your whole life that you committed yourself to an asylum.
Yeah.
You hear this noise coming from the walls, and let's go up here and let's crawl. Let's get down on my hands and knees. Let me put my face right up to the vents.
Exactly. This is a good idea.
Yeah, it was pretty silly for a lot of things. And I mean, he got what, 21 out of 23 hearts, so he has to wait another 23 years for somebody to start all over again.
Exactly. That's what I thought about it. When I was watching it, and then I afterwards made some notes down about it, and it was just like I thought with Dark House, lots of cliches, horror movie cliches thrown in there, lots of, stuff going on, but it didn't all gel. It didn't all fit together. And it confused me even more so because I already
should have stuck with the couple and left it instead of trying to throw everything in the kitchen sink in it.
When Tobin, listen at me, whatever his name, Seth.
Tobin Bell.
I mean, it's like he starts out as like a bad guy. Was he a bad guy? Was he?
No, I'm pretty sure he was one of the angels.
Because first of all,
he comes and saves Evie, and then he tells her to run and go.
Did he save Evie for the right reasons though?
I don't know. Yeah. I didn't get it.
No, I didn't either. But I saw, I saw him as bad first of all, and then I just saw, we're going demon versus angel. But then I saw, okay, well maybe he is an angel, and then I thought was protecting in a way. Was he protecting them from the house? He didn't want them in the house. Was I don't know, protecting them because of. I couldn't quite work it out. So I would say it's totally bad. I don't know.
Hey, Teresa, how did you watch Dark House?
I watched it on Voodoo.
Okay. Diane, Teresa watched it on Voodoo. Did you rent it, or was it free with ads?
No, I had to rent it.
Okay. Teresa was able to rent it on Voodoo for $2.99?
Yeah, you can get it for $2.99 for standard or HD $3.99.
So...
It wasn't on Amazon. Oh, well, see, we're different over here anyway.
But it says it's available for Prime Video.
It's just not in our area.
But it doesn't give the it says the video is unavailable.
Right.
Okay.
I've never seen a movie like that be like when I've gone to watch a movie on Prime and it show that.
Yeah.
That was odd.
Yes, very. Yeah, he was. I found it on just a streaming service we have here, Binge, but it was. I think I could find it on Amazon, or maybe I just didn't look because you had said that you didn't have it on Amazon. So, but yeah, it's Voodoo. We don't have that. I don't think. Haven't heard of it. So
it's a movie watching app.
The Hell House ones.
Your DVDs and stuff on it.
Oh, okay, yeah. The Hell House ones with 2 and 3, can you watch them on Amazon?
Okay, we were talking about this earlier. I watched Hell House on Prime Video, Amazon.
Yes, so did I, yeah.
What did I say? I think on Voodoo I can watch it for free, but it's got ads.
With ads, right.
I'm sure about ads. I'll watch them.
And Diane likes your shirt, Teresa.
Oh, yeah. You like that? I can't get up where, it can be where you can see it good, but I'm going to put that shit down.
Oh, yes. When you wear that around, do people wonder what it is? Do they ask you?
Oh, I've never worn it out. I just got it. I just got it the other day.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I haven't seen it before.
Alicia from another group, Alicia Dyer, she got me wanting it after one day after I posted something, and yeah,
Oh, it's
I had
cool.
to.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Thank you.
So let's see here. You guys weren't happy with the ending of Hell House LLC. Were you happy with the ending in the other Dark House?
Yeah. Overall, I didn't like Dark House as much, so I would. Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. It's kind of. I don't know. Similar. I don't think the endings to these movies are ever fully, wrap everything up. So that's why I'm always like, I don't know. I found I was asking more questions than anything, and I went back and, I'm looking at it again and just a couple of little bits. And then I actually went on, somewhere that did a review of it just to see if they picked up anything. But a lot of people, who were reviewing it, like professionally, were like, a bit confused, too many sort of unanswered questions. So, yeah, I can't say I did. Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yep.
Dark House, yeah, I didn't like it any more than I liked Hell House. But Hell House overall, I liked better. And now that I know there's a sequel, I'm thinking, not so bad.
Oh yeah. Now I'm not as disappointed with the ending that I know once I found out that there was a sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, for Hell House, exactly. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, it's set up for that, but at the time I didn't know. And Joe, I think you said at the time that it was made, there was no sequel immediately following a couple of years. But obviously the producers, directors, they set it up for, for there to be a sequel, I'm guessing. So, yeah, knowing that that's there, yeah, I would definitely want to watch those ones. But yeah, Dark. I don't know. What did you think of Dark House ending, Teresa? Like,
I felt the same way as you did. I didn't care for it. I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know what I watched.
Yeah, I was going back and looking at stuff again and reading up, and I'm thinking, I don't understand it. But I mean, it wasn't all bad, but and I mean, I think Tobin Bell, he's always, he's like one of these people you're drawn to watch movies of his. So if he's in it, you're sort of thinking, and as Seth, he was fantastic.
Yeah, they used him big time for that movie.
Yes, I think that he was sort of there for his, so the movie maybe did well or drew people to it because of who was in it, having him there, and that would have been very much what the director was planning. So to have him there, so because it was the same director as in Jeepers Creepers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The same. Yeah.
The writer and everything was the same as Jeepers Creepers.
All the same. Yeah, that's what I thought. So they're sort of hanging their hat on that one and hoping that everyone's going to go, yeah, it's going to be like Jeepers Creepers. Let's watch it. So, but
Diane would like to watch The Fog next week. Well, Diane, we have our schedule filled for this season, but we will put it on for our next season. We'll make The Fog one of the first movies we watch.
I think she's meaning The Mist.
The Mist? Okay.
Yeah, she's talking about the one that's got Andrea Dale and Carol that play in it.
From The Walking Dead, isn't it? Yes. Yeah.
Right. We'll watch that one and when we come back for season 3.
I like them, yes.
That'd be good.
That gives me some time to find a movie to go with it to
The Fog.
Huh?
The Fog.
Yeah,
There's another Fog.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So we'll do that one. Then. Let's see here. Let's see. We basically went over everything that I can think of on these movies. Can you guys think of anything we didn't discuss?
No, within Hell House, where it takes place, they say it's just outside of New York,
Right.
Abaddon Hotel. That's not a real place, is it?
No.
Because I was reading somewhere where they were talking about that Abaddon is supposedly the guardian to the gates of hell, a
Right.
demon. Yeah,
Right.
you heard. So I didn't look it up much after that. I just saw it written there, and I thought, oh, I wonder if that's true. Then that's what I'm thinking. I bet you it's not a real place then, Abaddon.
No, if you remember in the movie, it talks a little bit about it shows on the walls downstairs, it has the pentagram and all that, and
Yeah.
it talked about the guy who ran it, and he was a Satanist and all that. That comes into play in the next movie.
Is that and Andrew Tully? Is that the one? Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Right.
And
That comes into play later.
so you see the noose when you.
Like toward the end when it all starts taking place, I can't remember. Oh, Sarah was her name. When she's running to the house, remember? And why would you run up to the attic if you're trying to get out of the house? I didn't get that.
Oh, I know.
Well, they were in the attic. The people were upstairs. That's where the control room and everything was at.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense now. Well, then there's one guy hanging.
Right.
Did you all see, or was that tricks on my eyes? Was there these black that reminded me of the Dementors from Harry Potter?
Yes, there was the people all in black.
Okay.
Diane says there's another horror movie with Andrea and just can't think of the name right now.
I just watched it.
Where everyone has to get inside before it gets dark. I think she plays a cop. I've never heard of that one.
It's called Paul, or what is it? I just watched it the other day.
Silent Hill.
Oh, Silent Hill. Okay, Silent Hill, but there's
Thanks,
another
Mike.
one too.
Okay. Yeah, I tried watching that, and it didn't work out all too well. But
I haven't even heard of it.
it's off of the video game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the girl was going upstairs to the control room, and the Dementors were the evil spirits that were up there. I mean, if you look, they to me, that first dummy that they put up, the big black one that was all black and had the weird looking face and everything, to me, that's what the bad guys looked like, was that dummy that they put up there, that they strung up there. But I don't know. Yep,
No,
that's it.
They were scarier than the ones in Dark House. What did you think of those Axemen? Didn't they just look weird?
That was crazy. All him. That was, I mean, there was the like they were playing the Planet of the Apes or something. It was stupid.
Yes, that's it, gorillas. But I thought they looked like they were just the way that they moved. I thought, what is the look they're going for here? It just looked disjointed and just odd. So,
Right.
Absolutely, yeah. Pyewacket was that other movie I was trying to think of. Pyewacket.
What's that?
Pyewacket. Pyewacket. But Laurie Holden plays in it. It's a horror movie.
Oh, okay. Oh,
it's okay. It's okay.
I haven't seen that
Heard of that one. So can you all think of anything else that we haven't went over?
I don't think so.
I mean, why would you not listen to the like that one actress? You know, the one that was going to be the Dasmo in distress downstairs, and she's sitting there trying to tell him, about the what had gone on in there, and
you had the guy that was putting the show on, trying to get her to shut up, right?
Yeah.
That all comes into play later on.
Okay.
That all comes into play. Yep.
Because the whole thing at the end, when he's looking at the Mitchell, is it going through the footage, and then he sees what actually happened to Sarah, and then it's like, then of course when he calls and tries to get onto them, no one is answering. You just know. You just know where it's going to go. But then, I mean, I was still, you see the 2C, that room, and I'm just like, oh, it's just this thing. Don't go in there, it's bad.
Well, I mean,
I was conducting an interview with somebody that had gone through something like that, and they're like, said they'd never been back in the house ever again, and they didn't want to or whatever, and had never looked at the footage. And then they as they get up to leave, they're like, "Oh, you should go and check the house out." And then they like, "Oh, but it's boarded up." And she's like, "Oh, you gonna let that stop you?" Like, okay, now red flag.
That to me, it should have been all sorts of things going off in their mind, going, "Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it." Is this story really worth it? But it was. I mean, it has cliches in it too, as well. Hell House, because don't go down there, don't open the door, don't do this. Of course, they're going to, and it doesn't end well. But everyone does it. She doesn't answer the phone. She, takes no notice of when she's told not to do something, and then go into 2C. Room 2C, and no one thinks that's creepy. Of course it's creepy. Don't do it.
Well, but if the only hotel in town doesn't have a 2C, and then you gotta wonder, well.
Oh, they blew it off like it was nothing. Like, I mean.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can't. I think we pretty much. I think we pretty much brought this episode to a close. Diane likes The Hills Has Eyes too. The original was good. The remake was stupid.
There's a remake?
I've only seen the original. I didn't wonder how recent.
If you have seen the original, you've seen the remake.
Oh, okay.
Because it's word for word, action for action.
Okay. So sometimes that's good if they do that. People like it, but sometimes a remake, you've got to go totally different, just to, you can't just be the same. But I don't mind the same if it sort of keeps true to it and it's just sort of updating it and making it look more modern. But remakes for me will generally have some sort of different twist that sort of keeps you guessing.
Right. Well, I mean, with this, like we talked about last time, the remake and a reimagining. Whenever we were looking at
House of Wax.
House of Wax, right. The one with what's his name? Vincent Price was a remake, and the other one was a reimagining. It's taking the concept and turning it into your own.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
And I mean that's what all the people like the Draculas. It's going to be the same principle, but as long as they change it and then they're making it for the next generation, I don't see any problem with it. But I think that all these movies, there isn't nothing new. What's the matter, Teresa?
Oh, none.
Oh, okay. But you just look like you were thinking about something.
Oh no, I'm listening.
Well, the House of Wax remake, that Vincent Price one, it was pretty much word for word the same as the original 1930s one.
From what I could find out, right? I mean, I could only see different scenes, like him fighting in the wax museum gets caught on fire. It's the same in both movies. So it's a work. It's a
reimagining, and it was good. I liked it. I mean, I don't know, horror movies can just be so cliched. There's going to be this and that, and there's certain things that are going to be there, but then I think you're disappointed if they're not. So I guess they've got to include those things just to keep everyone. But it's got to be new. If it's a reimagining, it's got to be new. Got to have a twist, I think, and then. I think then you do find a new generation that will watch it, and then they'll go back and discover the other ones, perhaps.
Right. And Diane wants to know real quick, has anybody heard that they're doing a Killer Clowns from Outer Space Part 2?
No.
Well, they don't really need to.
I've never watched the first one, and I don't think I want to.
I've only
They
seen bits
don't
of
really need to. It's kind of like the killer tomatoes from outer space. I don't think they need to redo that one either. But no, I hadn't heard it, and I'll watch it maybe after
Yeah.
if I have to.
No, I haven't seen that one. Clowns are just so creepy, seriously. There's nothing more that they can show of clowns that will ever redeem them. They're just creepy as, but they always were with, their faces fixed, and they just were creepy. Now that there are all these movies with them in, who's ever going to have a birthday party? No one.
Yep.
Correct.
All right. Well, I'm out of questions, and I think I'm out of answers. There wasn't really any good kills in either movie, so I mean,
No,
it was all, the two kills that they had that they kind of showed in Hell House was him killing the girl and slitting his throat, but you didn't see either one of those happen.
no.
And, well, I guess them throwing the axe at the one guy, the first fat guy.
Yeah,
in the
Sam Hill. Yeah, that was a pretty good kill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it was gory. I don't think it was as gory and as graphic as I thought it was going to be, or either movie. I didn't think they were as
Right.
gory and graphic, but and it's not that I necessarily needed them to be, but sometimes, they have scenes that they sort of stand out, I mean, the axe one, yeah, definitely. But, I don't think there were too many scenes like that. It was often just sort of, or you think you know what happened, or you see a bit of it. So, but, and that's not so bad, as long as you've got a good story to go with it. But I don't know, the second and third, are they sort of similar? Do they have any sort of kill scenes that sort of stand
We'll
out?
just have to watch and see.
Okay. I think I'm
All right.
definitely by the second one, definitely. And if the third one wraps it all up, you've got to watch it. So it's a bit
Yeah.
like people with
You gotta watch it, but it
whether it's
can wait until you have time to watch it.
true, yeah. But I would liken it to Well Beyond, because people are sort of a bit like, not really into it. But for me, Well Beyond is a link to all the others, and it's a link to the movie. So if it clears up any unanswered questions that we've got from either of the other two series, Well Beyond will serve its purpose. So, and I think it will. So that's why I'm thinking, just giving a little plug to it. No other reason. than
Diane, next week we are going to be doing a character analysis of the kids in TWD. We got a couple movies that we're going to be watching in 1, 2, 3 in 3 weeks. I don't remember what the names of them are, but I will for these two movies. We will have a link for everybody to watch them for free. So.
Oh, are you talking about the same movies that? Or do you want me to? I know the name of them. Do you want me to name them, or you want to?
Yeah, if you know them, that's fine.
Evil Down the Street is one of them, right?
Yep.
And then isn't it the Cruds?
The Grudge or the
Cruds.
The Crud, CRO or CRUDG or something like that. Yeah, and we will have links to those, because we will be having some special guests the week after that has to do with both of those movies. So I think that's a pretty good way to end this episode tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. That would be something to look forward to. Yeah.
Yep. So you all want to say goodnight?
Yeah.
See you next time, people.
Diane and Gail, everybody that's still out there.
Or who might watch it later.
Good night, Diane. Good night, Teresa. Good night, Christine. Glad you all were able to come tonight. And we'll see you all next time.
Okay, will do.